What is up, YouTube? Ruben here, and today I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to optimize Windows 10 for gamers or someone who wants to run Windows 10 much faster than usual. And I'm going to show you everything step by step. So let's go ahead and see how it performs. So I already have Windows 10 running on my Dell Precision T5500. If you want to check the video out, I'll put the link in the video description. So there's a couple of options they can do with Windows 10, and there's some important settings that you need to turn off. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be screencasting it using Bandicam. So let's go and get started. Okay, welcome to the screencast. You see, I'm actually using the default Windows background. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on Search and type Settings. I'll click on that. Then you're going to go, I'm going to go from top to bottom. So first off, we're going to click on System. Night light should be off for sure. Notifications and actions. Get notification. Okay, I need a cup of coffee. Get notifications from apps and other senders. Make sure that's off. And that's how it's going to work. Power and sleep. Make sure it's set to never and never on all sections. Storage. Storage sense needs to be off. Tablet mode. Make sure that you go to when I sign in, use desktop mode, and don't ask me and don't switch on the second option. Multitasking. Make sure that's off. Projecting this PC, we don't want to worry about that. Shared experiences. Let apps on other devices open and message apps on this device and vice versa. Make sure that's off. Remote desktop, off. And that's it. Now we're going to click on devices. Now go all the way down until you see typing. Inside typing, all of them should be off. Go all the way down until you see pen and Windows Ink. If you have a tablet, you don't want to do that. But if you're on your desktop for non-touchscreen device, make sure that's off. Both of them should be off. Autoplay. We're not going to worry about that. USB. Make sure you leave that on, because that's in case if you're having USB drive issues. Okay, now we're going to go back. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to skip phone. We're not going to be putting phones in there. It's only if you have a modern PC. Network and internet. Go all the way down until you see a VPN. Make sure both of these are off. And that's it. Wait, proxy. Make sure automatically detect settings is on. It's up to you. Well, actually, it's not up to you. It's up to what you're optimizing. Personalization now. Let's go ahead and go all the way down until you see, I think it's lock screen. Here, lock screen. Get fun facts, tips, and tricks, and more on your lock screen. Make sure that's off. You can turn this off as well if you want, but it's up to you. start. Now this is a big one. Show more titles and start. Off. Show app list and start menu. On. It's up to you. Show recently added apps. Off. Occasionally show suggestions and start. Off. Use start full screen. Off. Show recently opened items and jump lists on start or the taskbar. Off. Taskbar. Make sure the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth options are off. Now, taskbar location on screen. It's up to you. Reach that to bottom. If you're gonna just look like, am I running Windows XP or Vista? Click on never. But it's up to you. I'm gonna leave it on always high labels. Now, apps and features. Make sure to get rid of all of the unnecessary apps here. Next is going to be default apps. It's up to you. I'm not going to worry about that. Offline maps. Now, this is the big one. Delete all maps. Make sure you do that. I already deleted it. And map updates needs to be off. Make sure that automatically update maps is off. Now, accounts. Now, this is a big one. Now, go here until you see sign in options. Make sure that you make sure you add a password. We're not going to worry about that. Sync your settings. That's only if you have a Microsoft account. Let's go ahead and just pause this video here. Thanks to the magic of video editing. And let's go on to the next section. Okay, so we're at the main menu now. The next thing we need to do is we're going to click on time and language. It's up to you here. Set time automatically and set time zone automatically. It's up to you. Regional language. We're not going to worry about that. Speech. Now, make sure that you pause this video. Okay then. Now, the next thing we're going to go into is gaming. Now, I already got rid of Xbox, so make sure you record game clips, screenshots, and broadcast using game bars off. Game DVR. Now, this is a big one. Make sure both of these are off. Game mode. I'm not going to worry about that. True Play. Make sure that's off. Xbox networking. Oh, okay, we're not going to worry about that. Now, ease of access. So, when you go down until you see characters you type, off. Words you type, off. Lower the volume of other apps when narrator is speaking, off. Play audio cues, make sure that's on. Highlight the cursor, off. Have insertion point follow narrator, off. Next is going to be magnifier. You don't want to worry about that. We're not going to worry about that either on color and high contrast. Closed captions, we're going to skip that. Now, keyboard. Make sure that it turns on turns on the on-screen keyboard is off. And you can pause the rest of the video here. Mouse. Make sure that using the numeric keypad to move mouse around the screen is off. Now, other options. Now, when you go here where it says play animations in Windows, it's up to you. You can either turn it on or off. It's recommended that you make sure it's off, but I want it on. And that's it. Now, privacy. Now, this is the biggest and therefore the most impacting section in Windows 10. And that requires a lot of work. General. Make sure both of these are off. Location, make sure it's off. Camera, make sure it's off. Microphone, off. Notifications, off. I'm gonna increase the screen size. Calendar, make sure that's off. Call history, off. Email, off. Tasks, off. Messaging, off. Radios, let apps control radios, off. Other devices, off. Feedback and diagnostic, make sure that you click on basic and never. Background apps. Now, this is a big one. If you want to make the computer stable, make sure it's off. App diagnostics, off. We're not going to worry about automatic file downloads. Updated security. Go here where it says Windows Update and click on Advanced Options. Go here where it says Delivery Optimization and make sure that Allow Downloads from Other PCs is off. Windows Defender. We're gonna open up Windows Defender Security Center. Go ahead and click on Virus and Threat Protection. Virus and Threat Protection settings and make sure that Cloud Delivered Protection is off. Now, we're not going to worry about backup. We're not going to worry about troubleshoot. We're not going to worry about recovery, activation, find my device. And that is it. Now, for developers, make sure it's on sideload apps. And that's up to you here. And then the last one is search. Make sure that safe search is off, cloud search is off, and device history is off. More details. Now, we already got rid of Cortana, so I cannot show you the Cortana setting. And that is it. That is how to change the settings in the settings app. Let's go ahead and get to the next section. Now it's time to get to the services. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the search and type services. Click on that. Should be able to see services here. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on delivery optimization. Make sure that's disabled. Increase the screen size. The next thing you're going to find is DMWAP push SVC. Make sure that's off. Now go all the way down until you see the Xbox Live Authentication Manager, the Xbox Live Game Save, and the Xbox Live Networking Service. Make sure both of these are off. And that is it. So now let's go and pause this once again, and we'll move on to the next section. Okay, so the next section is going to be GP edit or group policy. So we're going to click on search windows and type gpedit.msc. Click on that. Now, go here where it says computer configuration. I'm just going to maximize this. Administrative tools, Windows components, then click on search. And you're going to look for allow Cortana. Make sure that's disabled. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So here is it's set to enabled by default. We want to make sure you click on disabled and then hit OK. But first, hit apply, then OK. The next thing you're going to see is allow Cortana above lock screen. Make sure that's disabled as well. And that is it. Now let's move on to the next topic, which is going to be the control panel. So yeah, let's go ahead and do the control panel. Okay, so now it's the control panel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on search and I'm going to type control panel. Now, I'm just going to resize this to full size. Click on Ease of Access Center and make sure these two are off. Now, the next thing you're going to see is, let's see, File Explorer Options. Click on View and it's up to you. Hidden files and folders. Make sure it's either on or off. Don't show or show hidden files. Go all the way there until you see Show Sync Provider Notifications. Then make sure that's off. Then hit apply and then hit OK. Now, go all the way down until you see Power Options. It's up to you. Now, choose what the power button does. Then hit change settings that are currently unavailable. Now, if you have hibernation, you're going to see fast startup. And make sure that fast startup is off. And I found that the fast startup caused a lot of problems. And your computer won't shut down if you have fast startup enabled. So make sure that's off. Then click on choose when to turn off the display. And make sure you turn off the display as never and put the computer to sleep as never. As I found that when you wake up the computer from sleep, it won't boot if you have an old computer. It's based on your graphics. Then click on change advanced power settings. make sure that you set to 0 on turn off hard disk or hard drive. After in the settings, click and make sure it's set to 0, and that will be never. Then make sure you click on desktop background settings, slideshow, and make sure it's paused. Sleep. Make sure that sleep after is never, and allow wake timers is enabled. And that's pretty much it. Just gonna cancel that. It's already changed the settings here. Okay, now let's move on to the next step, which is gonna be which is gonna be system, or actually it's gonna be security and maintenance. Then click on change security and maintenance settings. So it's up to you. You can either turn them off or you can leave them as is. I'm not gonna do that. Then you're going to click on change user account control settings. And make sure that it's up to you. You can either set to never notify or notify me only when apps trying to make changes to my computer. I'm not going to do that because I already have it off. Now it is system. What you're going to do is we're going to click on remote settings and make sure that allow remote assistant connections to this computer. Make sure that's off. Don't allow remote connection to this computer. Make sure that's off as well. System protection. Make sure it's off. Click computer and make sure that disable system protection is on. And that should be off. Now, click on advanced and click on perform. Make sure you're on the performance section. Hit settings. Now, make sure you click on custom and make sure it's up to you. You have fade or slide tooltips into view, save taskbar, thumbnail previews, and show shadows under mouse pointer is off. Then click here where it says startup and recovery and make sure you click on settings. Make sure that tiny display list of operating systems is off. Then it's up to you. Automatically restart. You can either check boxes or uncheck that. Computer name, it's up to you. I'm never gonna do that. And that is it. Let's see, any more things that I want to find. Okay then, I think that's it. So now it's off to the next step. So I'll be pausing this video and I'll see you later. Okay, so now let's go and change the app settings. So we're going to click on Internet Explorer, then hit Control Shift Delete on your keyboard, and make sure that always clear this when I close the browser. It's on. It's up to you. And that's it. Next is Internet Explorer. So we're going to type Internet Explorer. Then click on Settings, Internet Options, and make sure that Delete Browsing History on Exit is checked. It's up to you as well. And make sure you save it. gets a little bit buggy on the buggy side. Sometimes it gets a little bit buggy in Bandicam. But anyway, let's go and run Ccleaner. Click on Options, then click Advanced, and make sure that Skip User Account Control Warning is on. Then go here where it says Settings. Make sure these two are on, the second and third option, and just for it's under language. And that's it. And make sure that automatically check updates for Ccleaner is off. And that's it. Now, have you ever wondered if Windows is going to update itself? Well, I may not be showing you the Windows update settings here, but this is how I managed to change all the settings. So let's go ahead and do the last section, which is going to be MS config or startup configuration. Okay, so it's now time for the last and last but not least, the MS config. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on search and I'm going to type MS config and make sure that you click on system configuration. Then go all the way here until you see boot. Now it's up to you. Make sure that no GUI boot is checkbox. It's up to you. I want it on. And that is it. Make sure you open the Task Manager. Make sure you disable one of them. And that's it. Now, let's get to the conclusion. So in conclusion, is optimizing Windows 10 worth it? Yes, it is. So, if you're going to be running Windows 10 on any computer like a Dell Precision T5500, then this tutorial is for you. Let's go ahead and end the video here. Please be sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon, and I'll see you next time.